Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Danvat Pranam, all good Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Mancha kalpa turubhyasha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanubhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. अंतकोट वैष्णव की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. This is Radha Pyari Devarasi from Baltimore. I thank you all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy names which are to be avoided, written by Srila Vyasadeva in the Padma Purana. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as a fruity activities karma kanda. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name, to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank you everyone for joining the Bhakti Sangha conference call today. Let us move to our next section, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all have joined the call this morning? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radha Pyari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devdasi from College Station, Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much, Mataji. Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, all glories to the Prabhupada and Guru Maharaji. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Raleigh. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Radha Pyari Mataji, Dandvat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Vrindan.
Hare Krishna Runda Kupika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all good Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radha Pyari Mataji, please accept my humble messages to you and all the devotees. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to Assembled devotees. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all good Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't see Prabhuji on the call, Mataji. Yet, if you want, I can start the recording.
Yeah, I'm seeing Prabhuji in introduction, Mataji. I couldn't find it.
I sent in the group, Mataji.
I click on that link. Yeah. One second. Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha Conference Call. Today we are fortunate to have His Grace Radha Pramod Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 8, 8th Canto, 18th chapter, verse 1 onwards. First, I would like to go for the Prabhuji introduction. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji came to Krishna consciousness in 2001, got initiated in 2006 by Holiness Radha Swami Maharaj, completed Bhakti Vedanta Vidyapit from BVRC, services rendered, managing a practicing center in Hyderabad, training and educating the corporate youth, giving daily session on Asta TV and other local channels, continuing online Bhagavatam sections for many devotees groups around India. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam, Algo Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Thank you very much for giving your valuable time and association to us this morning and enlightening on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. I would like to hand over call to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha Conference.
Did not see Prabhuji, Mataji. I did not see Prabhuji yet.
We can do chanting, Mataji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Krishna Krishna. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji is stuck in the traffic, so he will join Mataji in 5 minutes.
Okay, Mataji. So
Yeah.
shall I continue chanting, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Mataji, Prabhuji joined.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Goshila Prabhupada and Gurudev. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call to Prabhuji. I would like to hand over call to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I seek forgiveness because of traffic. I was stuck. So we'll start the session. So here, 8th canto. This is verse number 18th chapter, verse number 1. I'll just share the screen. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet. Nashtaprayesha Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama-shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So we are reading from Canto 8, Chapter 18, Text 1. Lord Vamana, the dwarf incarnation. Text number 1. Sri Sukhovacha Ittam Virinancha Stuta Karma Virayaha Pradhurbha Mrita Bhur Adityam Chaturbhuja Shanka Gada Ja Chakraha Pishangavasa Nalina Yatekshanaha. So here, word-to-word translation. Sisukhovacha. Sukadeva Goswami said, Ittam, in this way, Virincha Stuta Karma Virayaha, the personality of Godhead, whose activities and prowess are always praised by Lord Brahma, Pradurbha became manifest, Amrita Bhu, whose appearance is always deathless, Adityam, from the womb of Aditi, Chaturbhujaha, having 4 arms, Shanka Gada Abja Chakra, decorated with conch shell, club, lotus and disc, Pishangavasa, dressed in yellow garments, Nalina Adya Akshinaha, having blooming eyes like the petal of lotus. Translation. Sukadeva Goswami said, after Lord Brahma has spoken, glorifying the Supreme Lord's activities and prowesses, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is never subjected to death like an ordinary living being, appeared from the womb of Aditi. His 4 hands were decorated with conch shell, club, lotus and disc. He was dressed in yellow garments and his eyes appeared like the lotus, like a petals of a blooming lotus. Purport. The word Amrita Bhu is significant in this verse. The Lord sometimes appears like an ordinary child taking birth, but this does not mean that he is subjected to birth, death or old age. One must be very intelligent to understand the appearance and activities of the Supreme Lord in his incarnation. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Janma Karma Chame Divyam Yevam Yo Vetti Tattvataha. One should try to understand that the Lord's appearance and disappearance and activities are all Divyam or transcendental. The Lord has nothing to do with material activities. One who understands the appearance, disappearance, and activities of the Lord is immediately liberated. After giving up his body, he never again has to accept the material body, but is transformed to the spiritual world. Tyaktva deham punarjanma naitimam etisho. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश धारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण. I again seek forgiveness from all of you. I was late because of traffic. So here, this I thought I'll share some important things like this is about the glorification of Lord. So we'll try to understand this aspect first of all. Here, Bhagavatam, it is the eternal nature of Bhagavatam we should understand. Srimad Bhagavatam is eternal just like Krishna. And it manifestation appears and disappears at different times and places, but Bhagavatam always exists. So this is some important thing we should try to understand, that Bhagavatam is always eternal. It's not it is not and non-different from it's not that at some particular point Bhagavatam was created. No, this is Bhagavatam is always eternal like Krishna. And like Krishna sometimes appear in front of our eyes and sometimes disappears. Similarly, Bhagavatam also sometimes appears before our eyes and sometimes it disappears and becomes accessible to them and sometimes lives. So there is a some people, they believe Bhagavatam was created at certain point of time and trying to discover this point of time. Actually, it is not true like that. Bhagavatam is not discovered or anything. So Bhagavatam, it is like non-different from Krishna. Therefore, he appears in different places at different times under different circumstances. But as a single Lord appears in different places, so Bhagavatam also appears. So it should be understood. And like here we are seeing a parampara, how this Bhagavatam is appearing. There are like from Kumaras it is appearing, from Brahma it is appearing. So here also one of the things which we understand, that Bhagavatam appears. I will share the screen for you. So it is there is a disciplic succession. So this one disciplic succession I wanted to mention is about Sanat Kumar. He directly heard Bhagavatam from Sankarshan. If you remember second canto Bhagavatam, Brahma hears from directly Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So he sees Vaikunta and Lord experienced it, Chatushloki Bhagavatam. And then from Sanat Kumar to Shankya Muni. So he is a student, philosopher student. And then from Sankhya Muni to Brihaspati and Parashar Muni. Parashar Muni wrote Vishnu Puran. He understood his understanding of Bhagavatam, he wrote in Vishnu Puran. And then Parashar Muni explained it to Maitreya also and Vyasdeva also. And Maitreya is explaining the pastimes. If you remember third canto, fourth canto, it is Maitreya and Vidura is explaining. Maitreya is explaining to Vidura Bhagavatam. And then Vyasdev, he is writing his revelations in the book Bhagavatam, which we are reading now. So in that way, it is differently manifesting Bhagavatam. Why I want to tell the most important thing here, if you see here, the prayers are offered by Brahma. So every time any chapter we hear, there will be some prayer. So we'll just try to discuss something about this prayer, because love manifests as poetry. It's a natural expression of love. Like somebody falls in love, boy or girl, mostly boys, they write poetry. And if we fall in love with our spiritual master, if we fall in love with Krishna, we also write poetry. Because there is no love in the heart, poetry is not coming. So someday we should fall in love with our spiritual master, and we should also get that feeling to write something for their pleasure. Means it's actually naturally it happens that a person is expressing in that way. That's a natural consequence that happens. So here, important thing is that the poetry, it is manifestation of poetry, and then this is the principle is anuraga, love for the Lord. So this is actually, and sakalata, pendanasya, like composing poems spontaneously. So this is like a natural phenomena. If poetry is not coming, then we should understand our heart is not yet melted. So, and so we have to connect truly, pray without love in the heart. So we cannot actually do it. If we cannot pray truly if we are not having that connection also, and we cannot pray. So requirement is the heart should be melted. Now, second thing is important, is what is in our heart, mind. It is actually reflected through speech. So this mind is actually the wife of Brahma. So the Vedic teaching says Saraswati, she is wife of Brahma, she is the universal mind. And her name is Vak. That means the mind manifests outwardly through speech. Now, what is in my mind? It is coming through my speech. Prabhupada says that a fool can be identified when he speaks. So when we start speaking, then we know we are telling to people what is there in our mind, basically, right? So here, the internal manifestation. So internally, the mind, the wife of Brahma, Vak, is the mind. She manifests as speech. That's why she is called Vak also. Her manifestation is Vak. That is the external manifestation of her. But the internal form is mind, right? So mind manifests outward. Like a fool cannot be found until he opens his mouth. So manifestation through the now who has feeling for Krishna, they will definitely glorify him. They cannot stop glorifying Krishna. It naturally comes for them. So they start, as soon as a person comes in front of the deities, he will start glorifying him. He cannot stop glorification of the Lord. It should happen naturally. As soon as you see the form of Krishna, any photo you are seeing, immediately prayer is coming, oh Lord. Some shloka from Bhagavatam, some Vaishnava bhajan, and something glorification or some prayers. Prayers are of three types, like Sampratnatmika, Danya Bodhika, and Lalsama. Either you are glorifying him, or you are telling your fallen condition, or you are praying for the mercy of Lord. So whenever we see the photo of Lord, immediately that should happen for us. So that means I have some feeling for this person called Krishna. If we are not having, at least we should aspire to get that feelings. Okay, whenever I see the form of Krishna, I should offer some prayer to him. N number of times. At least we should say Hare Krishna. So if you don't know anything, at least we say Hare Krishna. Like the quality of a poet is that one who glorifies the Lord and cannot restrain themselves from glorification. So sign of development is developed person can speak correctly and beautifully. Now, devotee's character is kavi. That means both sage and poet. So that is actually. Now, the power of speech, if we see, materialistic people also speak very nicely. But that, according to Rupa Goswami, it is like croaking of a frog. It is attracting death. The uncontrollable impulse that attracts the snake of death. That's what we understand. So here it's inflating the poisoned ocean of material pleasure. So chat. Now we all have WhatsApp and all these chats and all. So it is actually speech is like the what is a radar of the ship. So whichever direction, the small radar can tune the entire ship direction. Similarly, our language tunes the whole life we follow. If we are always speaking the language of Bhagavatam, our life is tuned towards Krishna. If I am speaking the language of materialistic people, if you see any of these internet, so YouTube, so many videos are there criticizing others. It's full of blasphemy, full of fault finding, full of all scams, this, that. No, very few people are interested in telling something, very substantial, and that too about Krishna. Remaining all things are like croaking of cover. They are just inviting their death. They may be very famous people, they may be very popular people, and they are making so much money also. But ultimately, what you are doing? You are just attracting death. You are just making your way to hell. It is actually damaging their mind. Their mind is so much negativity that negativity comes in their language. If your mind is good, good things should come. Good things are not coming. That means if this is the biggest way to damage our psyche, the most dangerous form is criticism of others. Like devotees come together and they are discussing about a third person who is not there, and that too negative things. Very fast way to damage our mind is this is the best way to damage. If somebody want to damage their mind, so the it completely devastates the mind. That's all. So we lose all our spiritual consciousness if you even hear negativity of others. What to talk of even discussing them. So common practice is people gather and then they are poisoned the nectar of material existence. That's all. So this is actually what is happening. So there is a story of a prince. He was a dumb prince. As soon he was born, he was unable to speak. Past life, he actually chatted so much, and then he underwent so many troubles. Then, after he died, he decided while dying that I am not going to speak anything. And next life, when he was entered in the womb of mother, that time only he was conscious about this problem. He decided, even I come out of my mother's womb, I am not going to speak. So the king, he was in so much grief. King could not find peace about his son's condition. So then what happened? One time the prince was in the garden. It was like almost like a forest type. It was a big, he was going around with his servant, and teacher was there, and he was just going with them. And suddenly one peacock, it screamed. And if you happen to be in Vrindavan, you might have heard peacocks. They are screaming. It's like child's cry. They shout loud. It's nice sometimes. Now this peacock screamed, and one hunter saw the peacock and he hit an arrow, and the peacock died. Now this king's son, he actually remained dumb. He was not dumb. Immediately he says to the peacock, "Why did you scream? And because of that, you are killed." So he just spoke this word, "Why did you scream?" And then the servant and the teacher, both of them heard for the first time the prince is speaking. For many years he didn't speak only. And they immediately ran to the king and they told to the king, "Hooray, your son spoke, your son spoke." And the king was so much delighted and he remunerated them. Then he also came along with them to the forest. And then he tried to talk to the prince. The prince again remained dumb. He didn't speak anything. And then the king became so angry he said that, Arey, you fellows, you cheated me. You told my son is speaking to get remuneration from me. You told this lie. I am going to kill both of you because you did this fraud. Then they both become scared. They said, what should we do? Then they requested king, we want to talk to the prince in private. So the king went ahead and then they came to the prince and said, Arey, why did you do this? You just spoke, we heard. Then the prince said, see, the peacock screamed, it got killed. You both fellows, you went and you shouted that I am able to speak. That's why you are also getting killed. If I open my mouth again, I will also be killed. So I am not going to open your mouth. This is your fate. So the lesson is that the peacock shouted, he was killed. You shouted stupid words, then you will be killed. So better I shut up. So this is actually the consequence of speaking unnecessary things. And this is actually what is happening in the world presently. And we have to be very careful what we are speaking. If you don't have anything to speak, better shut our mouth or chant Hare Krishna. Or what are the 3 stages? Fool, it is told that you should keep quiet. But fools are always chatting. And sages, they keep silent. But the holy men or devotees, they sing the kirtans of the Lord. So holy man is silent. And the foolish people are shouting. But what devotees should do? We should not be silent also. We should not chatter also. But what we should do? Always glorify the Lord. So this is actually what we are supposed to do. And Narada Muni, this is about uh, this is the austerity of speech. And we have to follow this. Such a difficult thing actually to just keep quiet or just talk about Krishna. We have so many things to discuss in world and we feel all are so important. It is actually not needed. I am also guilty sometimes. Some devotees come stay, so we just talk some things. No, if we just have to be always focused in what we want to discuss. So so what happened is Narada, he studied all the subjects and Vyakaranya, Nyaya, Siksha, this, that, everything. And then he was completely dissatisfied. Despite all the knowledge, he felt emptiness inside her. So he performed austerities for 1,000 years, that is 1,000 Divya Yugas, demigod calculations, he performed austerities. And then voice from the heaven, it says, then Narada Muni thought, okay, now all my austerities I am offering to gain knowledge. And then he heard a voice from the heaven. What is the voice? He says, Aradito idi hari tapasa tatakim, na aradito idi hari tapasa tatakim. Antar bahir idi hari tapasa tatakim, nantar bahir idi hari tapasa tatakim. Now, after 1,000 years of austerities, Narada Muni did, and Narada Muni is getting this voice from the heaven. It is saying that, Are, if you worship Krishna, why perform austerities? If it does not worship Krishna, what is the point in austerities? And Antar Bahir Adi Hari Tapasa Tatak, if you know Krishna is inside and outside, why to do austerities? If it does not know Krishna is inside and outside, what is the point in austerities? When Narada Muni heard, he was completely hurt. Are, if we are doing, say, 3 days, you did Nirjala, and after that somebody comes and says, Are, why did you waste your time with all these things? Then immediately he was emotionally very upset. Like even 3 days fasting also we. So the question is, what is the point of all these things? So then he was completely confused. He goes to Brahma and he says, my dear father, please explain what is this? So then Brahma explains. He says that, see, uh, there are 4 purest things in this creation. So if you are already devotee of Krishna, then no need of austerities. And if you are not devotee of Krishna, no need of austerities. He says there are 4 purest things. One is fire, one is water, Bharatavarsha, the holy land which we are living now, and Tulsi leaf. These four are the purest things. Now, the name of Krishna will clean all the things. So, power of Krishna can clean fire, water. Of course, Tulsi is always clean only, but some dust is there we can clean with. But holy name we just chant, but Tulsi is always pure. Bharatavarsha is why? Because of the holy name chanted. So, the point here is that if these things are pure, but holy name, like water, when we do achaman, what we do, we put the water in our palm and then we chant the mantra. Then the water gets purified. So similarly, what and fire also same thing. When we chant, the fire is also purified. Bharatavarsha is purified. So these are the four things that are cleaning, but these things which are cleaning are also cleaned by the holy name of Lord. So now if you are already chanting the holy name of Lord, why you need to do austerities? You are already clean. So that is the point. Like, but if you are not chanting the name of Lord, then the example, like there is a bottle of alcohol that is floating in Ganges, it won't be cleaned. So the principle is person won't be clean without worshipping Krishna. So bhakti is the essence of everything. So by doing bhakti, you are already clean. Now another thing is antarbahir, yadi hari. That means if you know that Krishna is everywhere, you are seeing connection of everything with Krishna, then no need of austerities. Because like say why I have to give up, person say I am renouncing. If you don't have only anything, where is the question of renouncing? If I understand that everything belongs to, like if I say I am renouncing this house, but this house does not belong only to me. So nothing in this world belongs to us. You know that it is connected to Krishna, then there is no need of renunciation. That itself is renunciation. So if you are seeing Krishna inside and outside, that itself is austerities. So no need of separate austerity. The purpose of austerity is to clean the heart. The purpose of austerity is to change your mentality. If you both are done, you are remembering Krishna, your heart is clean, you are understanding things, how they are connected to Krishna, your mentality is changed, then that's all. No need of separate tapasya for devotees. So then Sanat Kumar challenges Brahma. They were also there only when Narada Muni is asking this question. They says, should austerities not be done at all only then? Now you also, like Mangalarti, we have to wake up and we have to go for book distribution, other austerities are there, Ekadasi is there. And now even Brahma himself did austerities. As soon as he was born, he was in meditation. So Brahma, he also began completely confused. Then he went into meditation and then he got the answer. So then he glorifies actually son. Brahma says, oh, I got such nice sons. Because you are asking, I am able to get answers from this. I am very fortunate to have such sons. So then he explains a little grammar here. I will not go. He gives a interpretation. He says that if someone has completely gained Krishna in their heart, that means if a person has whole Krishna in heart, no need of austerity for him, like gopis. They don't need to do any Ekadasi Vrata. They are already having Krishna in heart. If a person does not have Krishna in heart, then what is the point of performing austerities? So the role of austerities is to achieve the goal. When goal is very clear, that must understand that if a goal is Krishna, then the austerities will work. If that is not, then no need of austerities separately. So don't have complete understanding or realization of God. So then that means if a person has completely, he does not have anuraga for the Lord, love of Krishna, then he has to do some austerities to clean the heart. That's only the purpose. Like we do simple devotional austerities, not very high austerities like gopis. They don't practice austerity. They do Katyayani Vrata, but once goal is achieved, austerities becomes obstacle. If gopis do austerities, an obstacle for them. No need to do. So the understanding is that why doing austerities? Only to find Krishna. So if forgotten or done for other goals, it is a waste of time and it's a endeavor, great endeavor, it's a labor, it's a prayasa. So meaningless torment without proper understanding. So, and now we'll come to some points here. Janma karma chame divyam. So this is another aspect which Prabhupada is telling, but I just want to add few more things before we go further. So there are two methods in spiritual progress. One path is of jnana, so philosophical knowledge of the Almighty aspect. Another is bhakti. So here we are trying to do proper, here all this Bhagavatam, it is trying to help us come to this understanding of bhakti. And this section of course here maybe in the future classes I want to talk about what do you say about the offense which Indra committed, and then motivation with which Diti is performing. We have discussed about the motivation. We'll discuss about the offenses. We'll discuss about Guru also. So these two are the very important topics. Maybe in future classes I'll explain why Indra, what mistake Indra did in offending Guru, and he ended up in this situation. And offenses also and Guru also. The psychological effects when we commit offenses, and then important, there are some nice subtle aspects of Guru, very interesting things maybe in future we'll discuss. But so there are some questions which we should always ask the so nature of the nature of this world. What is the nature of this world? How does this correlate with God? Why is the world imperfect if God is perfect? And then why do we suffer? What am I doing here? Why am I suffering here? Why do illness take over me? And some deny God because he created the world where everyone suffers. So all these things are actually what questions will help us become. When we question, then the prayers of Bhagavatam or the subjects of Bhagavatam, they become more relevant. If you don't have questions, then we just, of course, even hearing will benefit, but we cannot go more deeper. So here, we have to understand what is this the nature of Maya, and then all these logical dilemmas, the contradictions, and especially when it comes to Lord, everything is contradicting God's qualities, because now here by definition the supreme Brahman, absolute Brahman, Satyam Param Dhimahe. Satyam Param means absolute truth, unchanging, eternal, full of knowledge. He is appearing, and everything from the perfect must be perfect. But how can imperfect proceed in the perfect? So all these problems are there. So that's why Lord is called Achintya. So this shloka where Krishna is told Janma Karma Chame Divyam. Now, what is so special about this shloka? Please try to understand what Prabhupada is writing in this purport. He is telling, my Janma is always happening only. Arey, how can Janma be eternal? This should be the first question. I am taking birth, again I am taking birth. Continuously Krishna is taking birth. There is no break. Now he is born, tomorrow again he is born, again he is born, again he is born. How can Janma be eternal? Now I am born, but at least I have a break. But for Krishna is always getting birth. And speciality of his birth is he is choosing how to come. For us there is no choice. Why? What is the example we give of his birth? Raising of sun. Sun is always rising only. Now it is setting in India. Now it is rising, in Europe. And after that in America it will rise. And after that again in the, Japan it will rise. That means sun is always rising. So Krishna is always getting birth. Not by any loss of karma. He is deciding to take birth. That's why his birth is also special. We are forced to enter into the womb of mother. For Krishna, it is not like that. And that's why his Janma is, and his karma is also Divyam. He continuously do activity. Why his activities are special? Because he is not attached to result also, he is not attached to performing the activity also, and he need not do also, but still he performs just to give pleasure to devotees. That's why he is acting. So he need not do. He says, Nahi kaschit chanamapi jadu tishtade. So he says, he tells that I don't have any karma to do in this world. Nahi. So, and then he says that he's not attached to the work, he's not attached to the result. Still he is doing because he want to attract the devotees. So his Janma is Divyam, his Karma is Divyam. And then Lord is Achintya, inconceivable in that way. So what is the meaning? Cannot be understood through logic. That is the important thing. That means I use my intelligence to comprehend. And all the scientists, philosophers, they try to comprehend the Lord. Somehow logically try to understand. But we cannot understand Lord logically. Something beyond our logic. Like for me, I understand if I am inside the house, I am not there outside. If I am, but Lord, Ito Narsimha, Parato Narsimha. So Narsimha Devi is Baher Narsimha, Hridaye Narsimha. Is inside also, outside also. How is it possible? Because Krishna showed to Mother Yashoda. He is in front of Mother Yashoda and he opened his mouth. All the Brahmanda in which we are staying, where Mother Yashoda is also there, it is there in Krishna's mouth. And he is also there. He is standing inside, like Brahmanda, he is there with Mother Yashoda, but same Brahmanda is seen inside Krishna's mouth. So that's how it is so contradictory. It is not possible. The first principle must accept the universality of creation principle. So the key understanding is connection between creator and creation is inconceivable. This is the first thing. So this is Achintya Nirvachaniya. So Nirvachaniya means, that means Maya is indescribable. Can't say it exists or does not exist. This is Shankaracharya's philosophy. And he says Sat and Asat. The Shankara philosophy says that existent and non-existent, Sat and Sat neutralize each other. Sat and Asat, they are neutralizing. And result is nothing can be said about Maya. And method is just logically you understand scriptures. That is what Shankaracharya's position when it comes to Anirvachani. But when it comes to Vaishnava Achintya, they say accept authority of holy scriptures, and scriptures describe contradictory things. That's how we understand logic. So Brahma, he contains all, Brahman, means Supreme Brahman contains all contradictions by definition. So infinitely large and infinitely small. That means Anyor Aniyam Mahato Mahiyam. I know Tadde Tannede Tadure Tadvantike Tadantarasya Sarvasya Tadu Sarvasya Sahibahyata. So Lord is very far also, near also. He can run also, no legs also. So how is it possible like Jagannath? He is everywhere. That's why he don't need legs. But he is at one place also. So that's how it is. So that means scriptures, the Lord is above the logic of scriptures. That is our understanding. Some logic we need to initially understand, but after that we should understand logic won't work. Only Lord's mercy will make us understand Him. So that is the point. So what is Achintya means? Acceptance. That means we cannot contradict, we accept contradictions described in scriptures and don't try to resolve through logic. Whatever Shastra says, we accept. We don't use logic. And most important is faith. So trust Shastras over mechanical logic. Your understanding? And accept reality in its entirety. So this is our way of approaching. So this verse, Janma Karma, this is the way we approach. Because it is very difficult to understand Krishna otherwise. And about Krishna's energy is Maya. Maya is Lord's energy. And it is contradiction by definition only. Because it does not obey the laws of logic. Because God does not obey any laws of logic. So creation from God is inconceivable. We cannot understand. If somebody is understanding, he says, I understood, he is fooling himself. That's all. So, and like Brahma is stealing the cowherd voice. Now, even he couldn't understand Lord. He is the first person. He is telling, I cannot understand Lord. He is directly coming from, he is having 4 heads. He is completely full of intelligence. He is telling. So here Parikshit Maharaj's question is, uh, that and Sukadev Parikshit Maharaj asked the question, how is that the gopis love Krishna more than their children? After Krishna's replacement, gopis love their sons because he is Krishna only. So Parikshit got this doubt. Because you cannot love someone else's child more than your child. Not possible, right? And Sukadev Goswami expressed, so what do we really love? That's what Sukadev Goswami explains. He says, people love their bodies. Why? Because body is connected to the soul. And people love children because they serve the body. Because children are connected to the body. So why we love ourselves? Because I am particle of absolute truth. You know this logic, right? I am loving children because they are part of me. I am loving myself because it is connected to the soul. Why do I love the soul? Because it is connected to Krishna. So ultimately, I love whom? I love Krishna only. The final object of love is, I am not the final object of love. Final object of love is Krishna only. The highest object, Krishna alone. So he is the real self. Nate vidu swartha gatim hi Vishnu. So only possible when serving Krishna, then only we can really love self. So understanding who the final object of love is, then we can come out. So this illusion that is caused. So how the illusion works? The root cause of illusion is soul turns away from Krishna. No, I don't care about him and I don't want. So here how the whole system works. So the material world. So we will. So this shloka should be understood in this way, and we have to become an observer when it comes to Maya, and one last thing I will share. One must be very intelligent to understand the appearance and activities of Supreme Lord in them. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. So, and then Taktva Deham. This is very important. Tattvataha is there, na? Tattvataha is the most important word. People say, I also know Krishna's activities are very divine. Tattvataha we don't know. That's why we are taking birth again. If we know as it is beyond logic, then only we will be liberated. So we'll get so much attracted to it that we don't want to do anything else. So that is the most important point. So I can take few more points. Okay, any questions, comments?
Hare Krishna devotees, if anybody have any questions, please go ahead.
Or I'll just add few more points if they don't.
Yeah, you can go ahead, Prabhuji.
I will just revise what we have discussed, at least that will You'll remember because I changed the topic in between. I will just take the previous topic which I took so that. So we were discussing this two important thing because of prayers always come in the Bhagavatam. So first we discussed how the Srimad Bhagavatam, how the Bhagavatam is manifested, different times, different places Bhagavatam is manifesting, and the misconception. Some believe it was created at a specific historical point, but it is not. It is like the Supreme Lord only. And then we discussed another disciplic succession, which comes from Kumaras and Vyasdev, how Bhagavatam manifest. And then the poetry is because what is there in the heart of the person. So if there is love in the heart, it manifests as poetry, it manifests as prayer. So whenever we see the Lord, we should offer some prayers. So that was what we discussed. Like one time what happened, when a Jewish person, he goes to Jerusalem. And then everybody, all the rabbis, scribes and all, they were offering very sophisticated prayers. And this person, he was not knowing anything. So he's just dumb. He just came from the village, but he has great love for the Lord. So what he did, he only knows alphabets, A, B, C, D, whatever they have. So he started reciting them. That also not perfectly. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And then everybody was laughing. He's telling A, B, C, D, like going in front of Lord and he's reciting A, B, C, D, and people were laughing. And then he said, "My dear Lord, all glorification you have are within these words only. That's why our Japmala is called Aksha. It starts from A and ends with Ksha. So all the language we have is in from A and Ksha only. That means the whole creation is within A and Ksha. Anything you want to describe, you have to describe in Aksha. That's why this creation is called Aksha. That's why Japamala is called Akshamala. That means the creation is within this world. So our Guru is giving this mala and telling us that you find the Lord in this creation. So here when he was chanting this, when he recited, then he said, "My dear Lord, all glorification is within this word and I have love for you. You just frame these words and this is my offering to you." And then the scrubs and all the rabbi, they became very ashamed. They said, "Arey, this fellow is very intelligent. He has that love for the Lord." So that is the point. So our speech reflects what is there in our heart. We should be able to offer prayers to the Lord. Our heart should have that feeling for the Lord. Whenever we see the Lord, some prayer should come. And then why? Because speech, we discussed, Brahma's wife is the mind, and she manifests externally. This is universal mind, and she manifests externally, outwardly through speech. So our mind is like our speech is the manifestation of our mind. So prayers are coming means heart is having some feelings for Krishna. It's like that. So the dangers of uncontrolled speech we saw. If we are not, if we are just wasting our time, especially we should not talk anything negative about devotees. So that is the important lesson, and even small things also will make so much difference, because ultimately we want to purify our heart, purify our mind. So purification of mind is through austerities, and first is to control speech, another is about austerities. That austerities also we discussed between the conversation of Narada Muni and Brahmaji. With that conversation, how the after doing 1,000 years austerities, then he heard that no need of this austerities. So Narada had to learn a very wrong, very hard way. But we discussed that we also have to do austerities, but our austerities, our purpose is to go near Krishna. So little bit devotional austerities we do, and that's sufficient for us. No need of any separate austerities. And then we discussed little about Janma Karma Chamedium in the verse which Prabhupada explained in the verse. Divyam is because it is eternally happening. That's why it is Divyam. So he is always taking birth, which is we are every day we don't take birth, but Lord takes birth every day. There is Janmashtami all the time happening for Krishna somewhere or other. So this is the speciality of Lord's birth. So and we discussed the purest things: fire, water, Bharatavarsha, Tulsi leaf. But the Lord's name will purify all these things. That's why just chanting the Lord's name is the greatest austerities. So and yes, thank you very much. Okay.
And thank you
So,
so much, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Such a wonderful class. I'm requesting devotees, if anybody have any questions, please go ahead.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Can you hear me, Prabhuji?
Yes,
Voice is
Prabhuji,
clear?
go ahead, Prabhuji.
Yes, go ahead, Prabhuji.
Okay. So here what is written is that, if someone understands the transcendental birth of Lord and the activities of Lord, he'll be liberated. Okay. It has been written there. I have seen it. So now he's saying no one can understand. And now he's saying that if someone understands, then he'll be liberated. Then it is a bit contradictory, no? No one can understand, and if someone understands, who will understand? But who is that one who will understand this transcendental birth of Lord and the activities of the Lord? Then devotees. That's the question, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Here, what we have to understand, Prabhu, that we first thing is we make an endeavor to understand, and whatever Lord makes us to understand, that much only we can understand, not completely. Even Narada, when there are Mahajans, even Brahma says, okay, Sudeva Goswami is telling, Vyasa may understand, may not understand. So even Vyasadeva is also in the list of all the Mahajans. Vyasadeva's name is not there because the question comes, Vyasa may know, may not know. He wrote all the scriptures, but they are doubting. Maybe Vyasa may know about the Lord, may not know about the Lord. That means even Brahma, who is the creator, he is telling, no, I cannot know the Lord. He is telling that big scientists, they are trying to understand, but they can count all the atoms of the creation, but not the Lord's glories. He is telling he can count all the sand particles, all the atoms, but not the glories of Lord. So it is very difficult to understand. But whatever Lord reveals, that much we understand. And after so much of doing sadhana and bhakti, what we understand is we cannot understand Lord. That itself is causing liberation. We understand who is really a great person. Say now, small boy is there, second class, third class. He may not know how great is Prime Minister of India. But a college student or a grown-up person, who is already in the political field and all, he understands the greatness of Prime Minister of India. But not that he understands everything, but he understood this person is very great. For a small boy, second class boy, third, he will not know what is that greatness. But another political leader understands the greatness. Other country's person, diplomat may understand what is the greatness. So similarly, a devotee understands the greatness of Lord. Not that he understands Lord completely. He just understood the greatness. He didn't, not that he understood the Prime Minister, but he understood he's a great person. Just that understanding that he is great will help us to get out of this metal world. The ignorance is people are so blind. They are using everything of the Lord, but they don't even acknowledge. They don't even understand that there is some person who is behind it, who is a great person. Even that understanding is not there. That's the problem. Okay, bro.
Yeah, Prabhuji. So just accepting the greatness of the Lord is more important than. Then just one more question here. See, Brahma's first explanation, he's talking about the four purest things here. One is fire, water, Bharatavarsha, and Tulsi leaf. So but here the name of the Lord, why is not telling? Name of the Lord is purest of all. No?
No, he is telling that name of the Lord will purify all these things. So why the purest thing is name of Lord only. So name of Lord can purify the most purest things. So these are the pure things which are because of which people use fire to purify. Anything you put in fire becomes purified. That's why we do yajna. And you clean the things by watering it. By water we clean our body. And by fire also we try to clean our body, Agnihotra and all these things. So they are all Tulsi we put to clean the things. The land is also clean thing. But these things are cleaned by the holy name of Lord. So if you're already chanting the holy name of Lord, so no need of all these things. That's the point. So no
Yeah, I
need of
got
any
it, Prabhuji.
tapasya if you are doing the name of Lord. That's what he's saying.
So here Ekadashi also they're saying something. So Vrata is required for us or not? If we are doing that, if we are
We
actually
want to please the
chanting.
Lord, that's why we do some austerities.
But austerity is not required also, is telling, no?
We need not do any going to Himalayas and very great austerities we should not do. But we should do definitely devotional austerities which will bring them closer to Krishna. This is Harivasara. So this is where the Lord will be most pleased if you do something for him on this day. So this type of austerities are needed to make our mind clean and come closer to Lord. So that is the day instead of wasting our time in eating, we spend our time in chanting the holy name. It's like that. We should do some austerities.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
So austerities actually cleans the heart. Austerities will, the main purpose of austerities is to clean the heart, clean the mind. If you do devotional austerities, then it will clean the heart and mind. If you don't do, if you are doing yogic austerities, it may clean heart, but it may increase the ego. So that is the problem. But in bhakti, the austerities don't inflate the ego. Person should not become proud. Such austerities I am doing. But yoga is the danger is there because he identifies himself. The ego is there. We say Krishna's mercy only I could do. How will I be able to chant Krishna's mercy? I am chanting. So I am not proud that I chanted 64. Krishna's mercy I could chant 64. It's like that. Okay, Mataji, will I?
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, one
Yes,
small
ma'am.
question. So you were telling understanding Krishna is very hard, but understanding that he is great, that is what is needed. So as a sadhaka, practicing devotees, do we fall in that category? Like we are not able to completely realize the Lord, but at least we are we know that he is the great and he's like we give the fruits to him. We don't take the credit to ourselves, but give it to Krishna. But we are not still not completely understanding Krishna. That's why we are not able to give that 100% pure devotion to Krishna. Can we understand it like that?
Yeah, yes, that's the reason Sukadeva Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj about the creation Leela of the Lord in the initial stage. He's not directly starting Ras Leela. He is telling how he created, how this Brahmanda is coming, Sarga, how Sarga is coming, how Visarga is coming, Sthanam, Poshanam, all these topics is described because it is telling all the greatness of Lord. Then he is telling what Krishna is doing with the gopis, their pastimes in Vrindavan. So this is like you will know, this is a very special person. I cannot understand him. What is he doing in Vrindavan cannot be understood because I don't even understand his creation only. So that will help us to remain humble. And when we know the greatness, then we understand some sweetness of Lord. Otherwise, not. Directly we try to understand sweetness, we will become sahajiyas. That is their problem. They don't understand Lord's greatness. And if we understand greatness of Lord, naturally that gratitude will come. Naturally, we'll become humble or a big person. Like say if no some big minister or some king is coming to your house, or prime minister is coming to your house. If you know he's great, we feel humble and grateful. Arey, how could such a big person came to my house? We feel humble and grateful. Like say some ISKCON Maharaj is coming to your house. how will you feel? Like your Guru Maharaj is coming to your house. Sir, what is great fortune I don't deserve? Because you know his greatness, automatically you become humble and grateful. Like say Maharaj is traveling in the flight. Some people may not know. He says some Swamiji is there. They don't feel that. Like you get an opportunity to even travel in the same flight, you will feel so fortunate because you know the greatness. So similarly, if you know the greatness of Krishna, then we know, I am serving. Whom am I offering? Whom am I doing arati? So immediately we feel that gratitude and respect.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for clarifying that. Very nice explanation.
Thank
Hemangi
you.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for giving the opportunity. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very, very nice class. I just need some guidance on a practical sort of situation. Now, we do hear and we heard in your class also that we should not be critical. And that's the worst thing we can do for our sadhana. Now, there are situations when a particular behavior of an individual actually affects us to the point that it gets into our japa. So at that point, eh, I I I have done this actually. That I had to talk to another individual to understand this person's behavior, so that I understand that this is a universal behavior of this individual, and there's nothing different this person is doing to me, and then it kind of eases my mind. Is this criticism, Prabhuji?
No. If you are talking to your guide and all to try to get you out of the situation, it's not wrong. But if you are going around and putting in social media and trying to tell about 10 people about him, then that is a problem. Like one person whom you take guidance, only with him you are sharing and trying to come out of your situation, that is not wrong. You just should not spread about him negativity, then that will be a problem because you are trying to come out of it. Krishna understands your intention, so you will not get any problem with that. Not a problem.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Right.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. If nobody have any questions, we can end the call here, Prabhuji, with your permission.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for enlightening class today. We are very grateful to you and we look forward to your association again and again in the future. Let's pray our obeisance to Prabhuji. Panchakalpatarubhyasya
Kripa
kripa
Sindhubhyo
sindhubhyo
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
Grantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Jai. Radha Pramod Prabhuji
Prabhuji
ki
ki
jai.
jai. Jai. Thank you,
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Govinda,
Nityananda. Thank you
Nityananda.
everyone for joining. We'll close the call for today. Hare